And we're live.
What it is.
We're back again.
What it is what it always is.
It's Friday night.
It says Friday. It is Friday.
Cheers to that, brother.
Cheers.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bass and Beer Radio. As normal, this is episode 69.
Yes.
And
Every week.
Every week. We're going to be doing a Thursday night 3 for recap. It was a little bit of juicy juice last night. And we're going to talk a little bit about how my boat is doing, how I'm liking it. We're going to go over... where is it? It's right in the description. I typed it in there and I brain farted on it. Oh, we're going to go back to the basics. I've been in a stink. I am 3 zeros in a row, 3 weeks in a row since the new boat came back, and my depression is deep and it's dark. So how do I break the stink? What is going on right now?
The new boat curse. It's a thing. It is
then,
absolutely a thing.
For sure. And then last but not least, you guys don't want to tune out. You don't want to miss this. Definitely stay alert for upcoming updates, but we got a giveaway coming your way.
Yep. It's going to be pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool. We got a couple giveaways coming your way. So we're looking forward to that. Anyways, Tony, congratulations on the second place last night.
Thank you.
It seems like maybe I'm going to be a little insulting here. It seems like you can't pull a W out.
We can't.
But you're in the money every single weekend.
We've been in the money a good bit this
Yeah.
year. I mean, it's like our fourth or fifth one, I think, in the money. But you're right. We cannot get the W. It is elusive. It's like a greased pig, man. I just cannot.
Yeah.
I can't. And you know, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about pertaining to last night. But first thing I do want to say is congratulations to Scott and to Greg, because they had a great bag.
Yeah, they did.
They caught the fish that counted, and they were able to get the win and the lunker. So, you know, congratulations to them. I guess we'll get right into it with the whole Weighmaster thing. And I'm talking about this in a positive light, and I'll explain that in a second, right?
If anybody is going to sit on this podcast and say that nothing ever happens during a weigh-in,
Right.
then you're full of shit.
Right. I mean, we've all seen it. Like last year we were at one. Thank God Clint was there with a spare scale, or we wouldn't have weighed in at all.
Yeah.
You know, so things happen. So for those of y'all that weren't there, excuse me, there's a lot of wheat in this beer. For those of you that that were not there, okay, and I'm just going to be completely honest, and I'm going to be completely down the middle, because that's what I'm going to do. So.
Because that's what we do.
Because that's what we do. So the guys that ended up in third place, Kevin McElhaney and Brian, can't remember his last name.
We're all love on this show, Grumps.
Can't remember his last name. They brought in their 3 fish, and at the time, the standing lunker was Greg and Scott, who won the tournament and who also they were given the lunker money. Their fish weighed, I think, 432 or something like that. Long story short is they had a lunker, okay, and they were in the lead for lunker, okay. Kevin and his partner Brian came in and they weighed their fish. Their big fish on the first bump of the scale was 435. It was announced 435, and then for some reason,
This TJ fella?
no. Are you talking about his partner? Kevin McElhaney's partner?
Talking about the dude in the Phoenix?
No.
Okay.
No, they were in the Express aluminum boat. So anyway, so the 435 is announced. What are you talking about, Megan?
Thanks,
why do you
Megan.
say this stuff? Oh, record.
You know what? She's always on it.
She's our producer.
Always on it.
She should have came on the show tonight, because we didn't have anybody else. Nobody wants to hang out with us. So anyway, so the fish was weighed at 435. It was announced. People heard it. You can go back on our live stream and watch it. And this is actually what's great about live streaming the weigh-ins. Again,
It's a giant bonus.
I promise you this is a positive thing that I'm talking about. And just bear with me with this, right? So the fish is weighed at 435. Okay? This is the new lunker. Okay? Kevin's fish that is going to out Greg and Scott's lunker. I don't know why. I physically was not standing at the scale, which is why I feel better about talking about it, because I have a completely neutral perspective on what happened. I have a tremendous amount of respect of Scott and Greg and on all the guys that put on this tournament. I don't know why the fish was weighed twice, but it was. The second time the fish was weighed, it went 431, and it was no longer the lunker. So, again, there were some people at the scale that were like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right to me.
Massive discrepancy.
Discrepancy for sure. Absolutely a discrepancy. Mr. Ken, how you doing, sir? Good to have you.
Hey, Ken.
So, Mr. Ken, if you're just getting on, scroll back maybe a minute or two. We're talking about something that happened at the weigh-in at the Threefers last night. It's a really good learning experience, and I think it's a really good result for what happened, and it was handled the right way. So anyway, we have a fish that was confirmed as a lunker, now has been weighed a second time, right? And now is no longer the lunker because the weights were that close. So now and again, I have in no way, shape, or form questioning the integrity of anybody in Middle River Bass at all, because we're all human beings. I don't know why they weighed the fish. So to Joe's comment, they didn't weigh the first fish again because it had already been released. So the first fish that was standing lunker had already been thrown back. I think they were like the fourth or fifth boat after them to weigh in. So this is all happening, and I think a few people standing around were like, "Whoa, hold on a second, what's going on here?" So, there was some people in the crowd that were like, "I don't know, I'm not sure," and it was brought up. Kevin and Bryant did the right thing to do. They were professional. They didn't, come in guns blazing and start, screw everybody in the world for what happened. He went to Scott. And Greg as well, the guys that won the tournament and won the money for lunker. And they said, hey, this happened and we're not really sure why. And, it's kind of shitty. And they have every right to say that. So to Middle River Bass's credit, to Scott's credit, to Greg's credit, they went on. That was really loud. That little bit of backbeat. Oh my God. I felt like a dog whistle just went off in my face. To their credit, they actually went back and looked at our live feed that we took last night, that we do it every Thursday nighter. They watched it, they saw the discrepancy, and they came to the conclusion that yes, this is incorrect. And they actually took money from the club pot and gave it to Kevin and Bryant for their fish. So everyone now has, those guys. We took it, and we took a mistake that was made, a human error that was made, and they rectified it, and they made it right, and they were transparent about making it right. They didn't try to blame anybody. They took responsibility for what happened, and they did their best to make it right. And I think that's really that's the most you can ask for, I said it in our group chat this morning. These guys, they don't do this as a job. They're not professional tournament directors. They do this because they want to.
This is all volunteer, man. This is all love, you know what I mean?
They do it because they want to do it. They do it because it's something that they enjoy, and it's something that we honestly rely on them to do.
And Scott's even more involved than that. He goes into the bass stocking,
right.
And the conservation efforts and everything.
Right. Right. And
there's no
errors,
harm. There's no harm, and there's no foul. That was, it was just misunderstanding is all this was, and it was corrected, and we're gonna keep on moving on with our Thursday nighters like nothing happened.
Right. And human errors happen, right? Like I said, to us in the crowd, it may have looked like that fish was weighed twice for no reason. We don't know why it was. Maybe it kept bouncing on the scale.
Adam says, did the fish shit itself 0.03 ounces?
It could have. It really could have.
You have water fall out. Right. It could have shit itself. I don't know.
So technically, if you're ever going to reweigh a fish, you should always put it back in the water just like you did.
Right.
Like, honest to God, you're supposed to wrap the fish tightly in the bag and all that. All those things are things that you're supposed to do. And put it this way: we fished however many.
We're not fishing the Mike Iaconelli Foundation tournament. Right. We're not fishing an open. We're not fishing a qualifier. This is a Thursday night threefer. It's supposed to be the boys getting together, putting some money in the pot, and just having a good time. And I think that's just what we need to keep it at.
Right.
We don't need to get. I mean, money's money, and everybody's going to be competitive over money. But we need to just keep it at that.
Right. But again, I think that the moral of the story is the fact that they did
Everything was handled very well.
right. They handled it right.
There wasn't any drama.
They went back. They looked. I think it was cool that by us recording the weigh-ins, we were able to kind of help rectify the situation and make everybody happy in the end. And that's like I said, you're gonna make errors if you're a human being. I want the same guy doing the weigh-ins next week. He's very good at it.
Yep.
There's been one issue in 4 years of threefers. Like I hope that whoever does the weigh-ins, I don't know the gentleman's name if he's watching. Like I hope that nobody is hearing this conversation and conversations that many of us have had amongst ourselves and gets back to this man and he thinks that we don't want him there. That's not the case. I want that guy doing the weigh-ins because he's done it.
I don't think that has anything to do with it, with him being the weighmaster whatsoever. I just think that in the moment of time there was just some confusion and something weird just happened. That's all. There was just a misunderstanding. There's nothing more to it than that.
Right. But they did the right thing by getting ahead of it and by being transparent and doing the right thing and admitting it, like, hey, we screwed up, but this is what we're doing to make it right. We appreciate it. And again, that's the best thing you could do. Like,
man, I didn't even know if I was going to fish the Thursday night or next week after yesterday.
Back to basics, brother. That's what you got to do. So it's funny, we were talking about this a little bit earlier before we went live, and dude, fishing slumps are like real. So I remember, if you guys know me, I played baseball for a long, long time growing up. And fishing slumps are a lot like hitting slumps, and success streaks are a lot like a hot streak. You hit 600 for 2-3 weeks, and then you can't even make contact. It is what it is. So I remember when I used to go through these really bad hitting slumps, and some of them were bad, like year-long bad. Ooh. You just go through, like, get back to the basics, right? Like, when you're not
I felt like I've been going back to the basics, because here's what I haven't been doing is throwing swim baits recently. So anything that's not doing that is kind of going back to the basics for me. And my basics, like the basic, been throwing a soft plastic. And you know that we were throwing soft plastics. Right. That's what I went back to. That's what was so like, obviously I have a story. I'm going to let you finish, but I do have just yesterday was a story for me.
So my whole point that I'm going with this is, like, when I was going through hitting slumps in high school and stuff like that, like, when you're in a slump, you don't try, when you're taking batting practice and you're up at the plate, you don't try to hit the ball over the fence. You try to hit line drives up the middle. Quality at bats, same type of thing. When you're fishing, when you go out fishing, you shouldn't be going out trying to catch a 25-pound bag. It should be, I'm going to a spot that I know has fish, and I'm going to pick up a bait that it's maybe not the newest, latest, and greatest thing. It's something that I know works. I have confidence in it. It's probably a Senko or a freaking spinnerbait or something around here, or maybe a frog, right? And I'm going to throw it, and then I'm going to have 2 or 3 baits that I know work, and I'm going to throw them and until I'm going to catch some fish, and I'm going to just figure it out. Like, there's fishing tournaments you can do no wrong, and there's fishing tournaments you can do no right. It is what it is. But I think confidence goes a long way, and it's hard to have confidence when you don't catch fish a lot.
So, I'm not making any excuses, but new boat, 3rd tournament in the boat, so it's still new. I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, new boat. We fished out on Monday, and we caught fish on Monday.
Big time. Did real well.
Big time. We did very well. Actually doing something completely different than what you did yesterday.
Yes.
So, basically what happened to me yesterday, what was very frustrating to me, and it doesn't matter, I'm not angry at anybody, but I didn't hear the line call out for boat launch. I was boat 9, and I ended up launching, I think, boat 12 or 13. So Greg was ahead of me, Duarte was ahead of me, And I think that's it. So I think I was like boat 11 or 12. Some shit like that. Okay, I had 2 people ahead of me.
Hold on. It's probably Riverboat Rob.
Oh my goodness.
It is.
It is Riverboat Rob.
Don't you know I'm on a podcast? Hey, are we good?
Tell him to join the show. I sent him a link on Facebook.
Okay. Hey, let me get back on here. I'll shoot you a text. I just wanted to know. I'm on TV. Are you coming here? Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
Is he coming?
Yeah, even better.
Let's go.
Come on. Let's do it. We're there. We're here for you. Let's do it. Send it.
Oh,
Fuckyou.com.
snap. He said, I heard the Joppa Farm
Cool, man.
Road.
We'll
He
see
said
ya.
about 5 minutes, the old Riverboat Rob be pulling in the driveway.
We have a special guest coming with him.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
Oh, I'm not telling you. I
Okay.
couldn't believe it. Sorry, I'm like a kid in a candy store right here.
No, for real, it's that good.
It is that good.
Ooh, I'm pretty pumped.
That means I'm going
Pretty
to
pumped
bingo
right now.
tomorrow now with Kevin. Okay?
Okay, so you guys aren't fishing tomorrow.
Me and Rob, we can't because his boat's down. So
What am I doing tomorrow?
you should go to Conowingo with me and the guys at the club.
Yeah, I should. I should do that.
All right. I'm back to being serious. So, we were sorry. Distraction. You know, Riverboat Rob's the king of distractions. And
He is the king of distractions, but great news. Great news.
So,
Where were we at before
Talking about the
that
slump.
just happened?
The-
We were talking
the
about
fishing
the slump. So, basically what happened yesterday, I ended up launching like 11th or 12th instead of 9th. Greg was ahead of me. Duarte was ahead of me.
Tony
and-
was ahead of you.
Huh?
Tony was ahead of you.
Tony was like 4th in launch, so obviously he was ahead of me. But other than that, so we launched and I was supposed to be ahead of Greg, and Greg basically sat down right where I was going to sit down. He ran out. He ran out. I followed all the way around. You were already sitting down where we were posted up that Monday evening.
Right.
So I was going to come in the general vicinity,
Right.
and then Greg sat down there, and because I was 2 boats behind from where I wanted to launch, Miles ended up beating me over there in the John boat from running across the mud flat. And kind of, in my opinion, oh my God.
He's whining.
Yeah. And kind of, in my opinion, the area that we wanted to fish just got boxed out for me. I ended up going way farther out in a much tougher windblown section, and I could see exactly what everybody was moving in on, and it just wasn't there for me, and I didn't feel like I could move up into that. So I ended up running back up into the river and doing what we were doing, and those fish just move in and out of the canal system so much that what was there what is there one day will not be there the next day. And it truly showed its face that what we had that one day was not there the next day at all.
2 things. 1, may I have another one?
Absolutely.
Number 1. So, pizza! I like pizza! We have pizza.
I am not hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm good. I appreciate it, though. Thank you very much. There's pizza in the kitchen if you guys
Thanks,
want to
babe.
come over and get some pizza. Right, Closter? The Closter. Is it that one? There's a lot of distractions on the show. We're sorry. Megan's texting me to get off my phone. You're not my mom, okay? So,
Good job, Megan. Good job.
So me and Chad, we went out Monday. We actually did pretty good. We had a fun day.
About 10.
Yeah, I'd say we right about 9-10 pounds. We had a pretty good day.
What won yesterday?
10-11, and then we had like 9-7 for second place. First loser for you guys keeping track at home. But anyway, so we went out and we caught some fish. And what did I tell you? I was like, I don't like it. I mean, and this is not a brag at all, because I am not that good. But I've spent enough time on that river to know, you know, when they bite a certain way, I can tell you Monday, they were just biting. They were biting. Those fish were biting. There was no pattern involved. When you go in the canals and you catch, 5, 6 good fish on 3 different baits.
The pattern was they were
They're
on
just
the
biting.
pattern was they were on the bank.
Right.
What were they on specifically?
Right.
So
that's
up in the air.
That was the biggest reason why I didn't do that. The other thing is you got to think about how much current you have in those canals all the time, especially with outgoing tide. And with full moons, which we've had we had a full moon this week, you have a lot more tidal movement. And these fish, they're going up, they're coming back, they're moving all around. So that was the biggest reason why I didn't go in there. I still think there's fish in there, but if you catch them here on Monday, you only got 3 hours to figure out that they went from there to there. You know what I mean? That's not a lot of time, dude. So the canals are great. They always have fish in them, especially later in the year. Like we're getting to that point now where the canals are going to start to go off, and you guys know it because it happens every year. That being said, the fish move so much in there that it's almost hard to stay on them. Like it's hard to stay on. You can go in there, and me and Rob did it a couple years ago. We went in there and whacked. I mean, dude, we probably had 20 pounds, like for real. On like a Tuesday evening, just flipping and doing whatever the hell it was. I don't even remember what we were doing. I had a club tournament that Saturday. I caught 2 fish in the canals. They were both a pound. That was fucking 3 days later almost, and I'm like high and dry. So, I've been burned by it. To me, that's like a high risk, high reward type of thing. But again, it's a Thursday nighter. If you go in there and you land on them, you're going to have a good day. If you don't land on them, you're not going to have a good day. It's just the nature of the beast. Almost. And I will say, and actually, I want to shout out to you and Mike Duarte actually, because it was crowded in the grass yesterday, and I saw, instead of you coming over to us, not that we wouldn't have been happy to have you over there fishing with us, but instead of you coming over and being boat number 5, and the same thing with Mike, you guys went and tried to do other stuff, and I appreciate that. Not that I'm glad to see you do that, but it's having class out there on the water is important.
It's like I just got the Ranger just came back. I'm just getting in the bass boat, and the first thing that I want to go do is go out there and stick my boat in a place maybe it shouldn't be or something like that. Isn't the first thing I'm trying to do in my bass boat fishing career. So decided to go and do something else, and it kind of bit me in the ass. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But it pissed me off, and it's 3 zeros in a row, and I'm not going to sit on here right now and say that having a bass boat catches fish for you, because obviously it doesn't. But the reason that I got a bass boat was because I felt that I had finally reached a level where having a boat that could take me from point A to point B faster and be able to explore different places would be beneficial to my skill set.
So I think we're getting into the weeds of it now, right? You talk about your skill set, and that is such an important thing for everyone to recognize is, you take a step back. What's my skill set as a fisherman? If I were to sit here and ask that question a year ago, what was my skill set as a fisherman? What would everyone on the show have said? Like, what was I the best at when it came to fishing?
Flipping.
Frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Frogs.
Yeah, the frogs.
Right?
Yeah,
frogs. Like, no doubt.
Frogs.
Right? That's
frogs and flipping shit.
Right. Like, I was a 2-dimensional fisherman. And when I realized that I was in trouble was when me and Buckland were out fishing, practicing.
Strong, very, very strong on the GP with the frogs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Because it's like the best place to frog.
Yeah.
Like ever. I mean, the flats can be better. It is better. But I can catch way more fish on the gunpowder with a frog.
Right.
Your 5 bites up there might be 25 pounds, though. Your 5 bites here might be 15. Anyway, and me and Buckland were fishing last year, and I remember catching one on a spinner bait, and Buckland was like, "That ain't good." I'm like, "I just caught a 4-pounder on a spinner bait," and he's like, "But now I don't have you throwing a frog all day," and I'm like, "What's he mean by that?" And he wasn't trying to be an ass, but he was right. He was absolutely right in that I was so tunnel vision on this frog thing, right? And on
Right.
the things that I like to do that I was not able to get out of my comfort zone and recognize I need to try another bait. This year, the reason why I've had a lot of success,
Hey, Scott, thanks for joining us.
Scott, just real quick, we talked about the weigh-in last night. If you want to rewind a little bit, I talked about it as best I could. I want to say while you're on, thank you very much for being transparent and for rectifying the situation. I have a lot of respect for you and everyone that runs these tournaments. I think you guys handled it a great job. Mistakes happen, and you guys did a great job of getting ahead of it and making it right. So kudos to you and to everyone in MR Bass.
It's a good. It was.
Oh, he lost. I hear you. You're
That's
good.
weird. It was
Yeah,
a
it
good
happens to me all
job.
the
It was
time.
a good job. It was a good tournament.
Right.
The tournaments just keep getting better.
Yeah, I agree. I
So,
completely agree. But anyway, so this year, I think the reason why I've had a lot of success and moderate success on the Thursdays, and I've never won more than one club tournament a year until this year in Bass Militia, and I will tell you, it's attributed to not learning different techniques, becoming confident with different techniques, putting the
Right.
time in with different techniques. And yeah, a lot of that's fishing with Buckland. That dude knows his stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely. How you got to pay attention.
Right. And that guy knows his stuff. So picking up things from him, but a lot of it, like I said, is just that, if you go out and if you shot and you throw it all day, you're going to learn to fish with it better. You're going to become a better fisherman with a drop shot. And that's kind of what you have to do. It doesn't always work out like that. You don't just go out with a drop shot and become a proficient drop shot fisherman. But,
Something I haven't even touched.
once you go out there and you start catching them on a jig, on a, I don't know, whatever, on a Carolina rig, on an Alabama rig, whatever, and you get confident, then you start noticing the little things, right? If you've gone out and caught them good 2 or 3 days, then you're like, okay, now I know what's going on now. And that's the level I got this year, fishing a lot of stuff that I never had confidence in until this year. And it's just, a lot of it's because I have a hell of a good partner who knows his shit. And I'm lucky he tells me the shit that he does. So you guys that want to know his stuff, you're going to have to figure it out yourself, because I
Yeah,
ain't
when
talking.
you keep that shit to yourself, he ain't going to tell you
I
nothing
know.
no more.
He won't fish with me no more.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, and like I said, it's just, if it were me right now, if I was in a slump, which I could very well be, you never know when the slump's going to start.
I wouldn't say the second place is a slump, but I would say that my third 0 in a row is going into a slump.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go, mofo.
Oh, dear.
Look, read the board.
I can't even get my. I didn't say shit. My wife's out there.
She's not coming on live? Oh! We heard it.
Come in.
She said no.
Not like 15 minutes?
No,
With the
No.
serious celebrity.
Hi.
Yeah, you're a celebrity.
no,
Come say hi.
How are you?
good.
This is where we are bad influences to Rob. I'm sorry.
This is where the action is.
This
Something
is
like
this
that.
is the whole cave down.
Come over and just
I
mess
don't want
everything
to
up.
say.
You're not on there.
Look, I make you
Look,
on it.
see, you're not on there.
See that?
Now you're pissed.
Here, switch the camera. Which
No,
camera
you
are
have
we
to
on?
switch
We're on
it,
that
it's
one, right?
fine.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the dogs.
I told you we had a special guest.
Stop.
Dude, I interrupted everything.
Well,
Not bad,
it's
dude.
nothing like any other
That's
Friday.
good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Phoebe just picked up some new wine and everything out there. So
Phoebe is out there. You know Phoebe.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Oh, there you go. Go talk to Phoebe.
Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
nice meeting you.
Yeah, thanks
We'll
a
be
lot.
out soon. Couple hours.
Oh, I can't hear it. Thank you.
right.
This thing died again.
Now we gotta
hold
get
on.
creative here with the microphone. Or no, sorry, with the camera. This is a cluster tonight, guys. It's a cluster. It's good kind of cluster though.
Oh, there we go. Dan, what's up, G?
What up, G?
There he goes. He's right there.
Dude, so I don't know what we were talking about before I came in.
Did you guys drive separate or no?
No.
Oh.
We was just out on the boat testing. So my jack plate.
So you're
Dude.
still no bueno with the motor.
Yeah, I fixed the jack plate. Jack plate's working now, but I can't get over 4,000 RPMs.
Why
So-
is it?
so-
Is it like fluttering, or is it like just type of thing, or
And just won't, just no oomph.
got to be
So-
carburetor? Has to be.
So this is my theory. So what happened was I was out in rough water the other day, and my jack plate stopped working, and the motor started doing that. So I was hoping that it was just because of where my jack plate got stuck, I couldn't get on plane, and you know I could get up to my RPMs once I got on plane. I
Right.
thought
Right.
fix the jack plate, still can't. So because of the reason that it happened when it was in rough water, I'm guessing the float in the carburetor
Could have
is
been.
now off, but I don't know. But now I got that to deal with because me and Tony will probably go Sunday if I can get it straight tomorrow.
Yeah, let me know, dude, for
So I'll be making adjustments and running back and forth to the boat ramp all day tomorrow, basically.
You need, well, I was gonna say I don't have a whole lot of tools on me. If I did, I'd say you borrow them as much as you want.
Dude.
If it were me, I would just pull all your spark plugs and make sure that they're not fouled, because a fouled plug will make it. Does it idle weird or no?
Yes, it idles weird.
It does. Check your spark plugs.
I'll change it.
You
for
could have
too.
found a
That's
plug.
easy.
Because so a lot of people don't know this, and this is a good tip for everybody, right? So like my boat, even I have an E-Tech Evinrude, like high tech compared to what you got.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe.
So like if I idle, like especially in Joppa, if I try to do 6 mile an hour with the motor all the way down, there's not enough pressure to get the exhaust out, and I will foul plugs. So for those of you guys that do a lot of idling, make sure you don't idle all the way down, because you will foul plugs. I would check that first, because that could be really easy to fix.
Caught a bass tonight, though. Just out testing the motor. Caught like a 3-pounder, dude.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you
know
catch
I
it, or
know
did
that.
she catch it? Come on.
She called it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She called it. But
Don't
she
lie
let-
on this
She
show.
let me take a picture with it. So I was like, that.
Right. That's awesome.
How big?
Yeah, but check
It
them
was like a 3.
the spark plugs, man, and then the
would
car.
you like a moon?
Now, when I pulled the boat out, what'd you say, Chad? I'm sorry.
I
He
said,
wants-
would you like a moon?
Yes.
He's actually going to moon you on live on Bass and Beer right now.
No, don't do that again, dude.
Again, really?
Dude, I was going to say something I totally thought.
Things happen sometimes.
So you caught a
Ew.
3-pounder.
Chad, I was listening to, that's all I caught, on a
Okay.
spinner bait. Made a couple casts. Caught one. Made my day a little better. Motor's not running right, so you're like, oh, crap.
That's
but,
the worst, isn't it?
but then you catch a fish.
So it's still not.
Nah, I'm screwed. Dude, this motor has given me more trouble than any motor I ever owned in my life.
What kind of motor is it?
It's a Mercury.
When'd you pick it up?
I want to say I had this one for 2 years. So I have blown up. Like, if you come to my house, it's like a outboard graveyard.
You got to get a Yamaha on that thing, dude.
That's what Greg Hall said. Greg was like, get a Yamaha, dude.
I run the dog shit out of my Yamaha, dude. I run the dog shit
destroyed
out of it.
Mercuries. Like, we're like, dude, it's really
I
is
destroy Evinrude, so we all have our poison.
Dude,
It's kind of like
I
redheads,
actually
blondes, and
gave
brunettes.
Evan like a Mercury before because I was like, dude, it's all. He had the same motor.
But he needed parts.
Yeah, so I was like,
That's
just
cool.
take it because I got them like stacked up. Like I got freaking power heads in my garage and Mercury parts everywhere, dude. But anyway, so I caught one. That's good. But then I was listening on the way back out the boat ramp. I put the show on. I heard you talking a little bit about starting to flip.
Hey, what's up, Miles?
Dude, what's up, Miles? Hey, listen, so I'll be honest. This is what I take on my boat. 4 flipping rods, a spinnerbait rod, and a frog rod. That's it.
That's what you fished with yesterday.
That's what I fish with all the time. If it's not a flipping bite, I'm throwing a frog or a spinnerbait. That's it. I got 4 different flipping setups.
What if it's early spring? You mean to tell me you don't throw spinner baits or chatter baits or
I'll
nothing?
throw spinnerbaits. If it's not a flipping bite, I'll go to a spinnerbait.
You don't have the chatter baits?
Yes, I'll throw a jackhammer sometimes, and I will throw a Vixen. Not everybody knows.
Right.
That I'm a big fan of the Vixen. I'll throw some top water once in a while and a chatterbait. But mainly, I got 4 different flipping setups.
4
Yes.
at any given time,
Yes.
like on the deck.
Yes.
That's crazy.
All the time.
That's freaking crazy, dude.
all
Are
the
you
time.
willing to go into details?
That is
of
crazy.
So I mean, like, I
You
don't
have-
need to
Yeah,
know
I can.
exactly what.
Okay,
baits,
wait a minute. No,
So
hold on.
I don't need to know exactly what baits we're talking about here, but what
style?
4 different flipping baits can you possibly have? Just a worm and
And why?
a
different presentations.
Okay, but okay, I
So
understand
there's
where
one
you're
I
going.
will
with
you
this.
have
not
different.
say.
Do you have different sink rates and everything for
Yes.
this?
So there's one I will not say. But
Sure.
a big
It's the
worm-
helicopter lure.
Yeah, it's the helicopter lure. I flip it. A big worm,
Right.
a jig, a creature bait, and I care not to say.
So do you
other
really think? I personally think when you're flipping, a lot of times they just eat it because it's there.
Yeah, I think I can talk them into biting when I'm flipping. In other words, like, did you ever like
That's interesting because
You-
I'm
you-
not that way.
you know, like a cat, right, or a dog or whatever that you're playing with.
Z-back, the crankbaits get worn out in the summertime, bro. The grass is just too gnarly for them.
Say now crankbaits in the spring. That's a whole nother story. But this time of year, I'm talking. But you know, like a cat, when you got the laser pointer,
Right.
keep messing with them. You get them start chasing it.
Sure.
You can curiosity, and you can talk them into it. So I imagine when I pull up to a spot where I know most likely fish are there, call them there year after year after year. I know they're there. So I flip in there with the mindset that all I gotta do is get them to bite it. I tease them into biting it. Sometimes I hit it right on the fall.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
I think when you bite it, most of my bites come on the fall, which is why it's like I need maybe 2 on there. Like
So I used to do that, Tony. I used to flip in there. If they didn't hit it on the fall, pull it right out. Flip somewhere else, then hit it on the fall, pull right out. Now,
so you shake it while it's there.
sometimes drag the bottom.
Oh, I don't drag.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I drag it over some stuff. Like I'll go no more than 3 lifts for me.
Evan he didn't get mad with me, but Evan was like, dude, let's try somewhere else. And I was like, nah, we're sitting right here and we're going to pick this apart. We caught like a 3.5. We were calling 2.5 pounders, right? Like, you don't leave fish to find fish. They're here.
Don't
The
do
flats is on fire, Z-back.
it. Dude, the gunpowder's on fire though.
But what I'm saying, yeah, dude, I
Doesn't
went
have
out
the-
for
doesn't have the same quality of fish.
No, it
15
doesn't.
minutes caught one today though. But what I'm saying is, so you have spots where you know they are there.
Right.
Time of year, the tide, the weather, all matches up. I know they're here. I just got to figure out how to get them to bite.
I agree. No, I think there's a lot of value.
And then if you fish that spot right, and you catch one or two, why are you going to leave?
I have been burned and I
But there's
have been a
fish
hero for both.
There's fish there.
So
you don't leave fish to find
the
fish.
first tournament, okay, you don't leave fish to find fish unless you know there's fish where you're going.
That's true too.
But you better know, like you had better know.
Let's go try the juice.
No,
you know.
it ain't that. It ain't. Let's go try. It's we're going to catch one here.
Yeah,
It's like it better be that.
right.
And the perfect example is the first tournament of the year that me and Buck got third. We started in the grass. I won't say where. We started in the grass, and I caught a big one right away, like almost a 4-pounder, and that was it. It was like the second or third cast. Boom! I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen. Didn't happen. So we had 2 in the box, and I'm around fish because I've been catching them there. I'm like, damn, they just will not eat. Like they're blowing it up, but they're not eating it. And he's like, you got any other spots? I'm like, yeah, I do. I got one. But there are fish there. We will catch fish. Will we catch the right ones? Caught 2 3-pounders and 3 casts on it. At 8:40, at 8:40 and then at 8:45.
Now,
Like,
but
yeah.
to my point is, so you went to that spot, right? You caught 2 3-pounders on it, right?
Right.
Are you going to leave that spot?
We have. Yes.
I'm sitting right there.
So,
dude.
okay.
I'm picking it. Every
You know, but
freaking.
Do you know
blade,
why?
Everything.
Do you know why I've left it? Because it took me. So I have an order of 3. It's a nerd thing. It's like order of 2 from Star Wars. If you're a nerd, right? Order of 3. If you go to a spot 3 times in a row and don't catch them, they ain't there anymore.
Right, but you had caught 2 3-pounders.
Right.
So that's my point.
But then I fished that spot every tournament, including my club tournament that I won, for like 4 weeks in a row and caught good fish off of it. Like I caught almost a 4-pounder every time I went to it.
yeah, I'm not leaving that spot, dude. I'm
I'd-
catching every fish in that spot. I'm gonna figure out how to get every single one to bite.
Well, that's what we did.
Yeah.
That's why when we got hot a couple weeks ago, that's what we were doing.
Because you know they're there.
Right.
You know
And
what I
then
mean?
so my club tournament was the last time I've caught fish there. And then, the next Thursday nighter we sat on it and I'm like, hey, it's been 20 minutes, so we haven't got a bite. What's going on? We ran to it first thing for the next 3 threefers in a row. This last one's the first one we didn't run to it to start. We caught one keeper off of it. It was
Oh yeah,
a dink.
I'd be out on that.
So it was 3. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, but the problem with that spot is there's no reason for these fish to go anywhere. There's no grass for them to go to. There's no docks for them to go to. It's literally like, why would they? Where did they go? That's what I don't understand.
They move with the tide too, so depending. Some fish stay put, some move.
That's why you can never count on that bite in those channels because tide does everything in those channels.
so those channels. If
Fish
you ask
could be
me,
they're
I
there
have-
one day, they're gone the next day, and that's because tide
move.
changes everything.
move.
Exactly.
It's-
They move from the front, they move to the back.
Those channel.
They're going from the forbidden zone, they're moving from the quarry out to the front.
You ever been on I-95?
It's like a big ass transition point.
Yeah, it's an I-95 for the fish.
Right.
They travel back and forth from the grass to the quarry, from the pond to the
But
grass.
finding the big schools in there at the right time is the hard part.
And
You
if the-
can
if
pick
the
some.
tide's
You can
right-
pick some of the stuff apart and find some of the big ones, but
Some of 'em stay
tide
put.
is everything. That's why sometimes when it is dead back there. They're not there.
Oh, when it's dead, it's dead. You nailed it.
It's dead.
You know too. It's not hard to.
You might as
find
well.
out.
You might as well eat a sandwich. I don't care what you throw in there.
Yeah.
It's
There's
dead.
so.
You talking
that's
about
the-
when it's dead tide or when it's like dead bite?
Yeah, sometimes that bite just
Dead
dies.
tide is dead
Dead.
bite in the GP.
Well, that's one thing, but other time it depends. Time of year, because I won't say water temperature because water temperature has something to do with it, but it's more the time of year because of sunset and sunrise. Those fish migrate. In the fall, they're going to migrate up very shallow and they're going to feed on the shad, and then they're going to go to their wintering holes. And the GP doesn't have a whole lot of deep spots, so where are they going to go?
There's a lot of places right now.
I think they suspend
They,
Okay, but where are they suspending in the GP?
in the middle of the channel.
what's the deepest spot?
It's
Doesn't
like
matter.
5 feet.
In the middle of the channel.
6 feet.
Maxwell Point, Forbidden Zone.
They suspend in the middle of the channel, or they sit in the same spots and they don't eat. The reason why I say they suspend in the middle of the channel is I caught them in the middle of the canals in Florida.
Right.
That's the only reason I say
I
that.
have caught them in some of these places. I have one video out where I catch one in like 30-degree water, and
We're getting
if you
to
really
that.
want to do your research, you'll see what I caught.
We're getting to that point in summer where the oxygen levels
Are
are
dangerously low.
They're low. They're depleting.
Well, the thermocline is about to turn over. The fall transition is coming.
We don't have a thermocline here at all.
But I'm just saying the fall transition is coming in all of Maryland.
Oh yeah, about a month.
Hey, Greg.
As
So
soon as
I
you start
think
getting those
the
cold nights.
grass is probably a lot more oxygenated.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have-
absolutely.
You know,
So my
No,
theory.
that's why they're in it. That's 100% why.
My theory is also that this year, some of the other spots, which I won't name, have been better because there's not as much grass
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
So everything else is a little bit better. So, for example, the one
it depends.
when I catch a good sack on a Thursday nighter, in my brain, I'm like, if there was no grass bite, because I know a lot of people are outfit, because the grass bite's usually really good every year, and
That
that's
was good last night.
And I
Holy shit.
I fish the grass. I have some on the grass, but I don't fish it like that. But if I'm flipping hard structure or whatnot, and I get a good sack, I'll be like, well, 9 pounds or so. I'm like, depends on how that grass bite was.
Right.
When that grass bite is on, that grass bite is on.
Oh, when the grass bite's on, 9 pounds ain't going. I mean, it
Right.
just
That's
ain't
what
gonna
I'm
do it.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for a while, up until maybe not last week, but for a while, it was like 8 pounds was winning or getting you there.
Yeah.
Like last night, it was.
We
not
have
the
seen
case.
Great-
weight. We've
great,
seen weight
though.
pick up. Those, I would love to go cover one of those Bass Legend tournaments one night on a Wednesday. I think that'd be pretty cool
Up
to
at
see.
the
Yeah.
Wednesday nighters. Is that
Yeah,
what
the
they're
Wednesday
called?
nighters were like Epic Eric's up there and Riz is up there fishing sometimes.
Doesn't Logan and all that? Logan
Yeah, Logan and Victor
Victor's
fish it.
been slaughtering them.
Yeah,
They've
they've
been
been
doing
I
killing
haven't
it.
talked to Epic Air in a while. I gotta hit
They've been doing a
Epic
good
Air
job.
up.
The guys been catching them good.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job.
Yeah.
But it'd be
They
really
was-
cool to
they
go
was
cover
murdering.
one of their tournaments.
Yeah.
For me, it's just so far out of the way.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Where you live?
But their
What
weight has
area
been
you
their
live?
weight's been like 12,
I keep
13
my-
pounds.
Yeah.
12, 13 pounds.
I keep my boat in
consistently.
Falston.
Right.
My grandmother's
I got a
house.
longer drive than you.
But
I
I
go
work.
up there.
I work.
Hey, what's
down
up,
in the city
Jason?
in the 5th Regiment Armory.
Right.
So that ain't
Jason
happening.
in the house, my homie. Jason. Can't-
Like I would love to be able to do the Conowingo Tuesday nighters, but I just
they
can't.
got kind of window
Yeah.
Tuesday nighters as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so out the loop. Dude.
See, that
Buckland
shit would be a
fishes
lot
it.
of fun. I don't think I just
I
don't know
tell
if I
my
would have
brother
enough time.
about
What time
this.
does the launch up there?
I think 5:30.
Yeah, it's like,
Hey,
I don't know if I can make it there in enough time. Hey, what's up, Tom?
What's up, Tom?
Tom's
I
up in Maine, dude. Tom is up in Maine destroying
What-
fish from the bank.
What's
Yeah,
the
I saw
main?
that.
He was on like a 3 to 4 pound fish average in the morning.
Ain't that their state record? Main state record.
That's
Dude,
what I
no,
literally
Maine
the
is
same
good.
thing I messaged him. I was like,
3
those are
pound
like
Maine
good
is
fish
good.
up there.
No,
aren't
no,
they?
no. Maine it has good fishing. Maine is very good fishing. Look up Lake
Smallmouth,
Sabaga.
right? Small-
Everything.
really?
Everything. Like people don't like Minnesota, dude. Minnesota, Wisconsin, freaking Mississippi River. Like good fishing up there. Like big fish.
That's where Travis Manson's from, Wisconsin, I believe. And
Yeah.
there's a bunch of anglers from Wisconsin.
You ever notice that a lot of guys that fish from up north can transition well to the south, but it doesn't work the other way around?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
kind of crazy. Like the Johnstons, Corey and Chris Johnson are a really good example. Guys, Canada, born and raised, right? They go catch them anywhere. Like, I mean, I don't want to say Scott Martin because he's not a good example, but like a lot of your super serious sticks in Florida don't go up north and do well.
Not
But
the
the guy-
shallow water guys.
Right. But the
Right.
guys from up north come down to Florida and freaking kill it. Like it's awesome.
I'm the same way because put me in shallow water, I'm good. Then I went up to Lake Anna, totally out my element.
Yeah.
It was terrible for me. I didn't even. I was just like, I can't. This is whatever.
Dude, we need to go.
I had
for
no
it.
idea what I was doing at Lake
Right,
Anna, dude.
right,
I
yeah.
feel so out of my element
I
trying to
was
fish
like,
Lake
is there like a
Anna.
little creek we can go back up in?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, we need to go to Florida next year.
go, man.
Like for real, we need to go to Florida next year.
I'm down. I'm down. I just have. Look,
I got the new boat.
I
It's
got
fresh.
my
Let's
work
go.
pants on with an old
Look,
Bass Pro Shop.
We go down on a Sunday,
I don't
we
have a
come
hat.
back on a Sunday. You fish Monday through Friday, or you come back on Saturday.
Dude,
whatever.
that's a lot of fishing. Oh my god.
But it's so like when we went, we did
You went to the Headwaters.
Headwaters. We did Headwaters, Kenansville, Garcia, and then Kissimmee Chain.
Lake Anna
Kissimmee
is
Chain would
awesome,
be cool.
Jason, but Lake Anna
I hated it.
fishing a highland
That's like my-
reservoir
my
is
style.
just so different from what we
St.
are used
John's.
to doing on the daily.
St.
So
John's River.
a few years ago, the guys
Well,
went to
Jason
St. John's.
fishes deep water. He
Yeah.
fishes a lot of reservoirs. It's like right up his alley. Yeah.
2 years ago, the guys from my club went down to St. John's, and there were some big fish caught, but there wasn't like Headwaters. Once we figured it out, we were catching 30, 40 fish a day. Like it was a lot of fun.
Tom said they went to Sebago.
Yeah, Sabago. That's
Sebago.
the lake I was talking about, dude. There's some. So the Bass Nation regional tournament was held on Sabago, I think 2 or 3 years ago. That's a cat. Chad's playing cat noises.
The f was that?
I don't know. It was a cat. Yep, here it is. Yeah, St. John's has some hammers, dude. You need to fish Florida. Like you
I want to
really need to fish Florida.
I want to fish St. John's. Yeah. Dude.
Hello?
Uh oh.
He's on crack.
I forgot what the hell I was going to say now.
Florida. You need to fish Florida.
No, that wasn't it.
My dog has really good crack.
Oh, remember the Paul hitting Kevin up today? Like, pick me up this from the tackle shop and all that.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, hey, while you're there, pick me up like 2 Hinkles. I'll pay you back like $10 a month.
Or there's like $1,000 a piece or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, here's one thing that I keep on, like, I can't, like, if there's one thing I can say, like, I used to think the same thing. I used to have the same exact mentality kind of when I got into fishing. The most expensive baits were definitely the best baits.
Not true.
It's not true, dude. The Hinkle Shad is, like, great. It's got a lot of hype. It is a good bait. Definitely, no doubt. Dude, you do not need to throw a Hinkle Shad
I'm not
to
buying a
have,
Hinkle,
like,
dude.
I'm just saying in general, dude, you don't need to have an $800 glide bait to have a good glide bait.
Yeah, that's waiver.
You know what I mean? Like, the $60 Spro
You get-
KGBs are fantastic. The S Waiver is
The
fantastic.
Nesty.
The $150 glides, the $200 glides. There's a
I'm
lot
not-
of it.
I'm
Even
not paying that much.
see, even that, it's like I got glides. I throw glides like
This,
that, but
this
it's
is
you
what
know.
blows my mind, Chad. So you know I like the Plano boxes.
Yeah, the
Edge.
Plano boxes are
And
nice.
anytime I post a
The
picture of a
organization
tackle,
is fantastic. God, they're expensive though.
got OCD. That's what I hear. But if you really think about it, one of those boxes costs as much as like one Vision 110. And you got guys have a box full of Vision 110s, $25 a pop.
Dude, those boxes are
Yeah, it's
$30,
ridiculous.
$40 for.
Okay,
it's
$5 more
ridiculous.
bucks. They're not $40.
That's
They're
$20
like
more
$30.
dollars.
Okay, right. So instead of buying, 10 Vision 110s, you can only get 9 or 8. It's a better investment, is what I'm trying to say.
I think they're fantastic.
They
And
are,
I,
dude.
I definitely would.
But I
probably
always
need
catch
to
heat.
invest in some
Like,
more.
man, those boxes are expensive.
If I have one thing
I'm
negative
like-
I can say with Ranger, dude, their storage sucks. I mean, their storage is fine.
whoa.
Hold up.
Whoa.
The storage is fine.
Come on.
Dude, it gets so wet. It gets so wet.
That's what she said.
If it rains or
Your wife
anything,
is
your
in
shit
there.
is getting.
But that means
freaking-
she's not watching, so you're good.
Yeah, there we go.
Right?
It's a double-edged sword right there. Like I'm on Jeopardy. I don't know how to answer that. No, those boxes are great, but if you think about it, I mean, if you're going to pay $25 for a jerk bait, if you're going to pay, especially if you're going to pay a couple $100, for a glide bait, $30 for a box is like, the hell are you spending all that money for? It doesn't make sense unless you like your hooks rusty. Then
Did you see some of those Husky boxes that I bought that are waterproof?
that was and a lot cheaper. Have you seen the Buzzbees?
No.
You don't know about
The
Buzzbees?
Bass Mafia stuff, which we are going to get to that here shortly. Bass Mafia giveaway. Anyways,
Bass Mafia. They're
Bass
owned by-
Mafia
they're owned
paired
by
up with
Guggen.
Guggen. Guggen is
Guggen
gay,
bought
but
them.
like I'm not going to have no Guggen boxes. But if it's like Bass Mafia, I'll buy it.
Well, so the Guggen boxes is the Bass Mafia box with the Guggen name on it. So Guggen bought out Bass Mafia, then changed the aesthetics of it. Still the same box. It's just Guggen owns them now.
Right.
Bass Mafia made a quality product. I guess without sounding too crazy, Guggen made a good move. They brought up a good company. They got a good product right there. They slapped their name on it. Now they're talking about buying more companies up in the industry. Before you know it, Guggen might own Depths.
You just struck a nerve with
I
him,
know.
dude. Holy shit, I can feel it in the room.
It's kind of.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like.
It's like Darth Vader just
they
walked
could-
in.
Let
Like,
me take it down a notch, chat. They could own
Don't you do
Z-Man.
that to me right now.
They might not-
Holy shit.
I would like
Don't you
to
do
say
that to me right now.
so. In defense of that,
Guggen can keep their paws off of JDM companies.
He meant Berkeley's gonna own it. That's even
well,
Oh my! Don't. I will leave this podcast.
Well, Guggen might not even know who Depths are. They probably know who Depths are. But
Yeah, so they
no,
can copy 'em.
but point being is like a company like Bass Mafia or like let me see if I could maybe like Z-Man. I don't know. Z-Man's kind of big.
dude, Z-Man has just.
Yeah, that's a bad.
They all
example.
do the same.
But what I'm saying is Guggen's buying those companies and using their products.
Right.
Yeah. Well, not using their products, they're taking their products, putting their name on it.
Right.
For all you know, Google could buy Z-Man, and then you go buy a Chatterbait, and it's the original Chatterbait. It just says Google on it because they own Z-Man now.
I will
Basically,
not.
that shit's happening, dude.
I will not.
It's happening.
I will not.
It's happening. Like I get what Jason's saying, and I know what you're saying. Yes, at first they started copycatting baits, but it worked for them. They had so much money. Well, Bass Mafia is what I'm getting at. They bought Bass Mafia. They own it now.
Yeah.
Bass Mafia was a good company, made quality products. And if you want to buy that same product, you still can, but it says Guggen on it now. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they did all that knockoff shit and all that. And they blew
that's
up
what
and got the money
everybody's just doing the knockoff thing. You know how many freaking
Yeah.
dark sleepers there is out there now? There's like 3 or 4 different types of dark sleepers now.
Oh,
What's
look
up,
who's
KP?
online. No, it's KVD, KVP.
KVP.
No, I think it's KTP. I forget what his middle name. His middle
KPP,
name is
Kevin
like something.
Peon Parsons.
Oh, there we go. KPP.
KPP.
KPP. Oh,
APP. PP.
you got to leave the peon out. Like I was trying to get shots out on my video. And
You
I'm
guys
Ranger
smell that?
Ramon
You
and
guys smell
Seabass
that fart?
and Kevin Peon Parson.
Oh,
like
I don't smell the fart.
That's not a good nickname.
Yeah,
Dude.
it was.
Dude,
it was
that was
pungent.
fun. We got to start doing that again. We got to start doing the
Dark. Jason just said dark sleepers.
The original Dark Sleepers.
Mega Bass.
The original Dark
Mega
Sleepers.
Bass is
The shit.
They did a little.
Can we talk about this for a second? So not completely related. I'm surprised that you are not the first man in line for a Evergreen combat stick.
Dude, Evergreen's had rods out for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Evergreen makes a rod.
See, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so I know that
You know
they
what? You know what?
redefined. They came out with a different jackhammer rod, which is cool. But like Evergreen's had some rods out for a while.
Evergreen
Are they any good?
teamed up with Z-Man, made a jackhammer.
I haven't bought one, but I thought about buying one.
Are they green?
We can look that up.
And
Because-
Evergreen makes a shower blow.
Because, if you tell, I don't care how good it is. If you pull up a badass pine green rod, I'm buying it because I have a carrot stick and I got to customize.
Dude, Kevin's down on
Also-
Chickamauga. Chickamauga.
by the way, I have been-
Chickamauga.
Chickahominy.
Thank you.
By the way, I have been absolutely jaw jacking some fish on a frog with my carrot stick, and it has been sponsored by Carrots. If you have any carrots in your garden, please send them my way. I will
Look.
take care of them.
I'm just take that audio. I've been jaw jacking fish with my carrot stick.
Right. Yeah, you are correct. That's what I've been doing. Been making eye contact with these fish while I've been jaw jacking them. What camera am I looking at? Is it this one?
jaw jacking fish with my carrot stick.
I've been jaw jacking fish with
It's like-
this carrot
Dude,
stick.
that's a hit song right there, dude. You should make that song, dude.
Right? Like Jesus
Look.
Christ. Oh, he's got it up. Okay. The image.
Good
Anyway.
Lord, dude.
Oh, here's the okay. So these are
179
these are the combat sticks on Tackle Warehouse.
How much are they? I didn't even see a price.
One was like $279.
Sweet Jesus!
Right, that's what I was.
Come on, Shelly.
Oh, I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
$449.
Evergreen Bet Height Super Combat
Dude,
Casting
get
Rod,
out
$450.
of freaking town.
Nope.
That is insane.
Nope.
That's insane. Okay, wait a minute. So
Not buying it.
I'm sorry. I keep asking you to go back. Can you go back and look at the closeout? Why? Like, what's the difference here?
That's their old one, right?
That's the one of the ones that's been out.
So the old one you can get for $179 and $199, and the new one's $449.
You're telling me your clearance rods are $200? Get out of town.
Right. That shit should be $60.
Let's go to Ardent for a second.
They're nice rods.
Go to Ardent.
No.
Okay.
I'm not spending that much for a rod ever.
Then you need to get Ardent rods in.
Dude, I fish a lot of loot. Review on Bass Talk Live with Bradley Hallman. Bradley Holman, Fish
Come
to
this way.
Opens. Oh, sorry. Bradley Holman, the Fish to Opens, now is in the Bassmaster Elites. I ain't sponsored by a rod company. I buy cheap Japanese or Chinese rods and reels off of Amazon and use them, and they work almost just as
This is
good.
what Bradley Holman said.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because you can probably get 10 of them for the cost of 2.
Right. We
Like-
get some reel for like $25.
Right.
And he throws them. And he's like, I have no problem with them. And if no
If you
real,
get a- if you
or
get a
rod
year out
company
of it-
doesn't want to sponsor me, that's what I'm going to use.
Right.
I'm not spending $300, $400, $500 on a combo. Get
Dude.
one for $50.
I spend like average like $60, $70 a piece on with Arden stuff with my, my discount, and
I like St. Croix Joe.
Never
That's
had
not my
problem,
first
dude.
choice.
like
I mean,
I
you get-
love
you-
my Arden rods, and you guys see how I can launch a freaking frog with that thing. Like it's gonna go.
St. Croix is like super expensive.
Chad gives me shit all the time. Buckland, he's always up my ass. He's like,
What, dude?
Oh,
So,
he
over
does
your
it just to
reels?
mess with me. Yeah,
dude,
because I'll backlash and be like, oh, it's
you
Arden.
backlash a lot. I backlash a decent amount too, but you backlash a lot, and I think
It's because I'm whipping it out there. Like
you
know-
do.
Whip it.
Right. There you
Whip
go.
Uh,
it good.
You do. But your reel sounds like it's going to come apart.
That's
when
how I
you're
like it.
running
It's
it
got
like
character.
But he catches them.
Right.
That's my point. Like, you don't need to spend
Look at that.
all that freaking money.
Dobbins has 30% off for military.
Love
I didn't-
Dobbins.
I did not know that.
I like the Dobbins Fury series.
How did I
Very
not know
much.
that?
30% off on the
But-
Fury. Come
Shit.
on, Hoss.
Yeah.
You can't even go. You can't go wrong with that at all, dude.
Fury
I'm-
series is nice.
I'm pretty bougie with my fishing stuff, and I can tell you right now that I would go out and buy another Fury series.
It's the same thing you said earlier, Chad, though. The most expensive doesn't mean it's better. It
no,
might be a little better quality made, but you can buy
you get
cheaper
different
stuff
guides
that
and
works.
different
How
stuff
do you
like
put,
that.
Like, how do you put a $500 rod in your hand
Nope.
and throw a chatterbait, and then put a $250 rod in your hand and throw a chatterbait, and then put a $150 rod in your hand and throw a chatterbait, and tell me the difference?
I will 110% tell you there is a difference between the $150 and the $250.
Okay, what about the
Maybe, but
250
From
and
the
the 500?
250 to the 500, that's subjective.
But
Okay.
Because what I can tell you
I'll
right
give you
now
that.
is that I have Shimano X Prides that will shit on my Dobbins Fury rods or any of that series
But
in sensitivity, and they're $200, $250 rods.
But-
But they say professionally, the guys from Tactical Bass and Matt Allen has said it himself,
Love that channel.
great dudes.
that the Shimano X Pride fishes like a $400 rod,
All right, but here's my point.
How much is it? 200?
like a $200, $250 price point.
Well, 200, that's reasonable. Like, yeah.
In my opinion, it's a mid-range
Right.
price rod.
I'm just gonna keep buying carrot sticks till I own all.
But
of
what
them.
I'm saying is, a guy can go out there. You can have a $90,000 boat, $500 rods, $1,000, and a guy can go out
and
in
not
an
know what the
aluminum
hell you're
boat
doing.
with a cheap ass rod and reel and catch them, and this guy could not. There could be the other way around, of course, too.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, trying to go out, you can compete. If you don't have the money to buy all that shit,
Yeah.
you can still compete. You don't need to spend $500 on a rod. Now, if
No.
you got it
You don't.
like that, then do it. But
Dude,
if
and
you
don't get me wrong.
don't waste your money.
I'm not saying you need
You
to
can
be
still catch 'em.
I'm not
Right.
saying you need to be throwing Shimano X Prides to be
Right.
competitive because that's
No,
bull
no.
crap.
Yeah, that's not what I meant by
That
that.
is
Bull
preference.
Right.
You could go out and have a full lineup of Dobbins Furies, $100 rods,
Right.
with
That's what I have.
with Abu Garcia Revos, just $100 bait casters, and be just as competitive as somebody throwing somebody with, what is it, the
Carrot stick.
Daiwa Steez
Or
line or
St.
something like
Croix
that, you know,
or,
$1,000
G. Loomis.
combos.
G. Loomis.
Loomis.
Uh,
It ain't about that, but what it's
now,
about.
if you can afford it, then hell yeah. I'm sure it's very nice.
I will tell you right now that it makes things a lot nicer when you
Yeah.
have a higher quality reel and stuff.
Right.
I feel as though you're not picking backlashes out as much, and you're not as tired at the end of the day, and yada yada yada.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So, like, there's a kid that won the Bassmasters College Series, I think, last year.
In a beat up old Ranger.
Carpet flying off the boat. Like, carpet wasn't even sticking down no more. It was beat up and broken up, and he won it.
People loved it.
Because it's kind of like
Underdog story, man.
nothing against anybody who's got like all the expensive stuff. Great, I wish I could too. You know what I mean? That would be great, but
Yeah.
you don't have to have it. Is
No,
what I'm
you
trying
don't.
to say. You don't have to have it. You can go very basic. I mean, you can get out there with a Walmart bait caster and a spinner bait, and you can catch
You
it.
should see the rods my uncle uses.
Right,
Dude,
Yo,
it's like it's
Zebco,
comical. Yes, Zebco 33.
but he still catches them.
Yeah, sometimes he does. Honestly,
Sometimes.
dude, I tell the story all the time. Me and him were fishing in the canals a couple years ago, and I'm on the front of the Ranger flipping and doing all this fancy shit. I got my 10-inch Humminbird rocking and rolling.
Right.
He's Zebco 33 with a wacky rig. Oh, there's a 6-pounder. I'm like, what? Why? What just happened here? Like, and then he's like, "Can we eat it?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. That is not going. Like, absolutely not. That is not going in my
I
boat."
had to buy this Zepco. I ain't got no money left for dinner, dude. Like, can we cook this fucker?
That is absolutely not going in
Oh,
my
my
boat.
bad. No, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
Dude, I'm actually like starting to think about buying another boat.
We're gonna get a 10 boat.
I've been hearing this.
No.
You don't need another boat, dude.
I'm
Check
get-
Chad out.
I'm getting a Gambler. That's a great cover photo, by the
It
way.
is
Yeah,
a good
it
cover
is.
photo. I like it.
Yeah, I'm getting a Gambler. It's been decided.
Yeah, they're nice, dude. They're like
Dude.
a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the Lamborghini. of
And every
bass
time I
boats.
look, it's like looking at a hot, crazy girl. You're like, God, you're going to ruin my life financially, but it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of
it's gonna
fun.
be worth it.
And my friends are going to love this.
Won't be the
My
first.
friends are gonna love this.
Won't be the first bad decision I ever made.
Right, exactly. It's like, man, I know this is the wrong decision, but damn if it ain't going to be a good time.
I was proud of Chad.
What's
for
up, Mr. Snails?
Snails in the house. I was proud of Chad for sticking with him in the 10 boat world. He ain't
Dude,
go
I can't.
glass.
I couldn't afford to go to the fiberglass
You don't
Without
have to.
going used.
without going used, and I guess I could have gone something that was like mid range, but I didn't want to go. I didn't want something old. I just didn't. I had already bought something old and bought somebody else's problems where I was
Right.
continually chasing the problems, and I was like, screw this. I'm
Look at me
buying
now,
something that is
chasing
fresh.
problems now. Yeah, I need a. Is there a boat mechanic? We know any boat mechanic? I need a boat mechanic. Hit River
Premier.
Rob up.
Take
I'll-
the premiere.
Tomorrow, if in the evening, I'd come take a look at it, honest to God.
I want to say it is a carburetor issue. I think Joe was right. Because I had an issue similar to that before, and what I did was, because I'm cheap, I went on eBay and brought another carburetor for the motor and put a different carburetor on it, and it solved all my problems. But now they're kind of coming back. But it was a used carburetor I got for like, $150 or something like that on eBay.
I would just go in there and clean that carburetor up, get
I
some
tried that
carb
with the first
cleaner,
one.
soak those jets and everything.
So my theory, Chad, is because this happened, I went out and I was in rough water, especially for my
if you
boat.
check your
Getting
reed,
beat up.
your reed valves.
Right, or it could be the reeds, right? Or I'm thinking the float. God, because, dude, I was, you know what I mean, when it happened. Rough, very rough for my boat. And I'm thinking, like, if it's carburetor issue, what rough water, how would that cause that? I said, oh, probably, because, the float's got the little metal you can just adjust.
Did you go back there and tap on the carburetors?
I did not, dude. So my jack plate stopped working at the same time.
Right.
So I thought they were related, because it happened at the same time. I fixed the jack plate, so I just put the boat in the water, went and tried it. Well, jack plate's working, but that ain't what's causing the other issue. So now I gotta.
I wonder if you have.
So 2 problems in one. One's fixed. Got to figure out the other one.
I wonder if you like
I have
knocked a wire loose or something on an ignition coil or some shit like that.
Yeah, maybe because Tony was saying spark plugs.
I would check that first. I mean, so the thing
So
of it
here's
is,
the thing, dude.
Pull them out
Um,
and let them hang there, and then
Yeah.
go start it. Just see if each one is sparking the
spark.
way it should out of the
okay,
cylinders.
so that's
so like
how
I
you get
was saying-
shocked. How do I know? Because that's how I tested Murphy's coils. We didn't have a tester, and he's like,
You're supposed to let them hang there, not hold it in your hand.
You put a screwdriver in between there, you can see. The
I hold
spark.
them.
No, that shit will.
That's what
shock
I
the
do
shit out.
for real. Like we
Good
were.
job.
we were-
You can
I
visually
actually
see
have.
it.
No,
actually
I can
have
feel it.
extra ignition coils and everything because I have 3 or 4 of the same motor at my house.
I ain't even gonna lie
Dude,
to
I
you.
got like 2 lower ends I might just sell.
We were testing Murphy's coils 2 weekends ago, and I'm doing the thing right, and like it zapped me, and I like didn't let go of it because it wasn't that bad, but it like woke me up. I was like, man, I feel good now. Like this is what electroshock therapy is like. Like I feel great. Like I feel like you ever been punched in the face and you just feel great afterwards? Like it's
No.
like for real.
I've
Okay.
been punched in the face and then didn't feel anything afterwards.
I remember the
I've
first
been
dude.
punched in the face and been like, please don't punch me in the face again.
So you're treading some dangerous water there. You better be careful.
Please don't do that again.
Please don't punch me in the face
The
again.
first time I got hit square in the face real hard, I remember I was awake and I was like, "Oh, it's about to happen!" Like, and I got rocked. Dude, I got rocked.
You just feel yourself like go into a different mode.
Yes, because so like in college we did boxing and combatives. Like those were requirements that we had to do. So like I got my shit rocked a couple times, but it was like it wasn't like oh I'm dying. It was like oh I'm awake. Okay, now I'm like okay now we're good.
I did
Like,
some
we're rolling.
some
Like-
MMA shit
like
for
Mike,
a couple
Mike
years.
Vallely, the skateboarder Mike Vallely.
Yeah.
That's how you do.
Yep.
No, I was a skater. Like,
There's nothing like getting punched in the face to wake yourself up,
Dude, I kind of
no,
like it. It's
somebody
weird.
punched
or
me in
getting
the
slammed
face.
on the ground, something like that.
No.
A knee to the chest.
I'm no Billy Badass. I've got my ass kicked a few
I'm gonna
times.
bite them in their face. And lose
Oh,
my
okay,
shit.
that is.
Yeah. don't
You're
pu-
one of those
don't-
guys
don't-
where
don't
there's
punch me
no
in my
rules in
face.
a street fight.
No, if you punch me in my face, like no, that's it, dude. Like no,
Not even
no
my
you're gonna have to
face.
kill me. And I
I'll
don't even
eat
want to
you, bro.
fight. I would be like, please don't punch me again. Leave me alone.
Ooh,
Just leave me alone. I don't want to get punched in the face.
getting shit in the face, that sucks.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Like, never mind, dude. Like, let's not talk about fucking bullies and shit.
It's a sensitive spot.
Yeah,
Saying bullies?
yeah, bullies.
Were you a bully in high school, Tony?
No, I wasn't. No, I was not
I would
because
say
Were
it
you
was.
the shrimp in high school until you discovered steroids?
okay.
Is that what happened?
I've never taken steroids in my life. I've come goddamn close. I've taken everything you can take legally that's pretty close to steroids, but I don't like needles and I don't like doing illegal shit because I can't break the law with my job.
Well,
so if
the-
it's legal, I've done it.
United States military. So
And there's a lot of things that you can take that are very, very close that are perfectly legal in every state in this union that'll get you pretty damn close.
Yeah, I just drink tequila.
There's no tits there. There's none. It's solid, I promise.
I got 3.
3? Really?
Seriously.
How long have you had?
I don't
3?
have 3.
you got 3
tits.
nipples?
Yes.
Nice.
But
No.
not technically, yes. I wasn't born like that, but one got cut in half. So now that one is 2.
Did it develop into?
It's just the like. It's not the actual. What they call it, the areola.
You got
or whatever.
like 2
It's just-
areolas?
no, it's just the part that comes out where the actual nipple is cut. Let me see. You can probably see. It's like
What's
it got
happening
sliced-
right now?
Got sliced right there.
That's hot.
Yeah, it got sliced. it's like 2 of them there. Dude, you know how it got sliced? It was at Ocean City. And I had like one of those, those rafts. you
Shark
blow
attack,
up.
right?
No. I blew up the raft. I blew up the raft and like threw it. And then I went like running and dove on the raft. And like the edge of the raft had sliced my nipple in half.
Edge of the raft was cut my man's nipple. Like
Hey. So now I got the one sliced in half. And then I got this one. And
straight
then
up nipple assault.
Yeah. Hey, what can you do? Dude, my whole foot is burnt.
Right now?
It's been burnt since I was a little kid, dude. My foot looks like Freddy Krueger's face. Swear to God.
From a fire?
No. My aunt had a bowling bowl of hot soup or whatever, water, like boiling hot. Scalding
Oh,
hot.
shit.
And we were like kids, and we were in the car, and I'm in the back seat, and she put it between my feet. And then she, like, when she made the turn, still right over on my foot. So my foot got all burnt up. Now, when the fire department or the ambulance or whatever, the EMTs or whatever, ambulance, look, they said, luckily, my uncle, not her husband, her brother, was in the car and poured cold beer on it because the burn would have been worse.
Cold beer.
My foot really is. I'll show it to you later, dude. It looks like freaking Freddy Krueger's face.
Oh my God.
Hey, shit happens, man. Shit happens. My brother Pete got his eye socket broken 4 places, and his eye would not stay in the socket no more. So then he got a plastic eye socket. The problem was his eye would fall asleep. So you had to, you'd be talking to Pete. If you ever talking to Pete, you see one eye doing some weird ass shit. It's because it's it just dozed. Growing up, man, look, shit.
Pete's gonna call it to you later and punch you in your eye socket.
I actually, let's not get into that because shit. let's not talk about none of that. So I don't know. You want to get into going back to flipping? Want some flipping? Man?
Let's see, where were we with?
What's your lines of thinking when it comes to flipping?
So I was flipping a weedless, weightless plastic.
Slow fall. Got you.
Slow fall, but the design of the bait is heavily salted, so it's
I know the bait you're talking.
a little bit quicker. But it produced a lot of fish, and then it just didn't produce any fish, and I just...
So when I was hitting it on the fall, they was probably tight to the cover, and they were probably suspended a little bit, and it was coming down their face like this. You know what I mean?
Go back to all the same spots, and...
You got to try a different technique. Still flipping.
I did several different things. I changed colors. I did all the...
Sometimes I do this thing, and this is actually well, people say this. I flip out of spite. Meaning, and this is like a known thing. That I flip so much that even when there's not a flipping bite, I will still flip.
Mm-hmm.
And they call it flipping out of spite. Like, you know that it's not a flipping bite. You haven't got a bite for like an hour. You're still flipping and picking. And sometimes I make that mistake, but sometimes that thought gets into my head as well. Like, no, you know. But usually, when we had Denny Brower on, if you guys listen,
Please watch that episode. It was great.
I told Denny Brower, I was like, dude, I'll flip, and if it ain't a flipping bite, I'll throw a spinner bait. He was like, that's actually a really great freaking plan.
Well, you got to cover your basics. You got to cover your basics of something that is
Well,
slow and something that is fast.
How about flipping a frog?
Right.
We've seen that Monday.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, frogging.
No.
Frogging.
Flipping a frog.
This time of year, frogging can dominate. It 100% can dominate.
Have you ever flipped a frog, though?
I flip everything.
A frog?
Yeah, you're talking
like
about
all day?
No, not all day.
Yeah.
But if I get too close to like the bank, I'm fishing a frog and it's I'll throw it in. You know.
Go out wherever you fish that's got a bunch of reeds.
I think like I'm gonna rig up.
Fine.
Flipping a frog.
Go try this. You get one bite with it and you're hooked.
Right.
You can do it, and you don't get a lot of bites, but when it happens, it's the shit, right? I started doing this with Skylar actually. We were fishing in Dundee, and you'll see a reed patch, right? And it's got a whole bunch of bullshit on it, like it'll have matted grass pushed up against the reeds from wind. Right. Flip your frog on it. Flip your frog on it, and watch them come through that shit to eat it. Those fished for. Like it's oh my god, it's incredible.
Dude, I need to actually go to Dundee. I haven't been to Dundee in a while. Chad took the comments down, so if we're not replying to your comments, it's because we can't see them. Mess with his mouse there. Where's the comments, Chad? Hey, dude, I got a question. What is up with this? How come me and Tony have no legs in this picture, dude?
It's just the way I had to. I just had to shave it.
I don't have no legs, dude.
I ain't
looking at the picture.
But Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
I ain't got no legs, man. I know in that picture I had legs. Dude, my clip that you hook on the life vest for your kill switch.
Yeah.
The clip broke. So like the last couple of derbies, I just wrapped it around my fingers. I was like,
Oh my goodness.
I was telling Evan yesterday, like, dude, if something happens, dude, you might come back. Like, all I found, all that's left to rob is these 2 fingers. Like, that's all we found. Dude, we hit a log yesterday. First of all, we couldn't plane out because my motor's messing up. Then we hit a log, and then the motor got even slower. We at least could get up to 4,000 RPMs. Then we couldn't get over 3. It's like, fuck, what the hell's going on now? And we went from the Quarry Canal across the mud flat into almost up to Mariner Point Park, and then like I tried to raise the motor up and started sounding even weirder. So then I was like, man, what the hell's going on now? Mind you, if I had hit the log and it wasn't running right, when the motor was running right and then it started running right, I would have checked the motor, but I never checked it because the shit wasn't running right anyways. Yeah, we dragged the log out the Quarry Canal, across the mud flat, and all the way up into almost back to the boat ramp. The log we hit, it was still stuck on the motor, dude.
Dude, there was a giant log floating out in the middle of a canal one day after a storm,
Floaters, dude.
and
You
I
gotta be
hooked a
careful.
rope to it and just like towed it down all the way down to the end of the canal and just released it all the way at the end one day and just got rid of it.
Adam, what's up, man? Tom over said spare parts for days. Oh, he must be talking about my boat motor graveyard. Yeah, you gotta see it. My wife is actually on me like, you gotta get this shit out of here, dude. Like,
We can
you're
keep it
making
in
us
my
look
house,
like
Sean.
hillbillies. There's boat motors all over.
You know, I
freaking
play the
backyard.
banjo. I can come over and play if you want.
What's that?
I play the banjo for real.
I got a guitar.
Do you really?
I swear. Yes.
Yeah, Tony can play. I know
No,
he can play.
the banjo, not the
I
guitar.
believe you. I believe you because I heard you play the guitar.
I'll come over and sit on your front porch with a big old piece of wheat sitting out there and be like, "Yeah," just like cat call people that walk by, like, "Where are you going?"
No, my neighborhood is pretty country, dude. Like, I live in a really, like, I live in Arrow Acres in Middle River. It's a really good neighborhood. But usually they just used to me, like, throwing up drunk in the front yard, like, passing out in the backyard.
Right.
Like, I'm the crazy one in the neighborhood, actually.
Right.
Well, I don't know. But one neighbor, Jimmy, across the street can hang with me. The rest of them are, like, old. And there's a guy that lives on my road that has a really nice aluminum boat with a mud motor. He has like an off-road Jeep Cherokee, and then one day he had a John boat strapped to the top of the Jeep Cherokee, had a trailer on the back of it. The trailer had like a Rhino on it with a John boat on top of the Rhino. I was like, this dude's shit. I gotta meet him. I never met him. He lives like way up the road, but I gotta meet him. Cause I only lived in that neighborhood for the past 2 or 3 years.
I still just love how my uncle's legendary with pulling the skeeter with a freaking Ford Focus.
Yeah, I like him.
I used to
Sound
think
like
that
my
was
kinda guy.
I used to think that was normal, you know, and then I started really fishing. I was like, this is not normal.
Why is everybody looking at us?
Yeah. Why is everyone laughing at us? Why is your clutch smoking?
Every time I see that dude, I'm like, freaking legend coming down the road right now. Absolute legend. He
Yeah,
is.
but Tony, you know the a lot of the underground country music that I'm into, so you know you good. My neighborhood's cool shit. I got really good neighbors.
You got really good news.
Neighbors,
Oh, neighbors. Neighbors.
yeah, they all cool.
So,
We might be the problem in the neighborhood, me and my wife.
you might be the problem
Yeah,
in
we
the
might be
neighborhood.
Nah, everybody treats us good.
We are winding down here, and one thing that I wanted to talk about before we ended it was we have a giveaway coming up.
Yeah, I gotta hear the details on this because I'm not even tracking it.
So Tony hasn't been tracking it,
You win this pile of bottle caps.
But-
Tony will sign all of them.
you guys need to pay
Then they'll be
attention.
worth less.
You guys need to pay attention to Facebook this coming
Is
week.
that potato chips?
Yeah,
It's
try
candle
one.
wax.
No, it's potato chips. Go ahead, try one.
I'm just wondering why there's a pile of candle wax that looks like potato chips.
I spilled a candle.
It ain't gonna kill you. Try one.
Do you want to hear the details
This
of
what
this,
you
of
do.
this giveaway?
You sweep it up, put it in the trash.
No. You
It smells
remelt it
good.
and put it back in
Oh.
the candle.
Okay, yes, I do want to hear the detail.
Do it. You will.
It does
So,
smell.
okay.
Try it.
Mango.
Try it. Oh, you
I'm not
really?
eating that. Dude.
Come on, it ain't that bad.
Shit, that should probably kill me at my age.
It's apricot wheat.
Yeah,
Smell
apricot.
like but my wife would have nailed that one. She knows all that. Still smells like mango to me.
All right, listen. So we're doing a giveaway. I want everybody to watch on Bass and Beer Radio for all of the details this coming week. I'm going to give you the details now live, but the actual post for the giveaway will be this coming week. And what it's going to be is you're going to have to go out. You're going to catch a largemouth bass, and you're going to take a picture of it next to one of the Bass and Beer Radio stickers.
Oh, nice.
You're going to tag.
Like a selfie.
Yep. You must be following Bass and Beer Radio. You need to tag Bass and Beer Radio in your post,
I can do it.
and that will enter you into the chance to win one of our giveaways.
Probably not allowed to win though.
So
Right. One of us is going to win.
I gotta
The
like
announce-
donate stuff to give away.
we will be putting everybody's name into a random generator on a phone app,
Nice.
and then come September the first Friday in September, when we do Bass and Beer Radio, we will announce the winner.
Wait a minute. One quick question, Chad. One thing confused me. No, we talked about this earlier. Catch the bass. Take a picture with it next to a Bass and Beer Radio.
Sticker.
Not everybody has the stickers.
That's true.
You got to give us this. Give us this.
Can they like write Bass and Beer on like?
No. This is it. They give us this. It's simple. Everyone
Oh.
knows it. Everyone knows it.
Or they can
It'll
just
be our
write
thing.
Bass and Beer Radio on a piece of cardboard. Hold it
See,
up.
we've gone to all
And
the
then they can win a sticker
tournaments.
and then to get a sticker in the pack for the next time.
Okay.
I like that idea. What do
See,
you think?
and that's the reason I'm announcing it early, is because people are going to have other ideas to throw into this thing. But we have baits and we have stuff to give away, and I'm ready to give it away. That is what I want to do.
I would say somewhere on the picture with the fish, you need some kind of. It's got to say Bass and Beer Radio somewhere. So make your little piece of cardboard, Bass and Beer Radio, whatever.
My
You know,
other
or if you have a
idea-
sticker, you see what I'm saying? What do you think?
My other idea.
Like Dan, because I was thinking like Dan. I know he's down in North Carolina.
Okay,
and all that. Yeah.
listen. My other idea was to do Bass and Beer. Do you catch a bass?
Drink a beer.
It's summertime. You gotta grab a hunk of grass. You gotta put it on top of your head.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You gotta take a photo with your fish. Tag Bass and Beer Radio, and you gotta hashtag grass bass.
Well, what if you
Predator bass.
I like that one too.
And
Hey,
that
look,
enters you into the draw.
We should just have like a
Dude, the
contest.
photos that we would get would
What
be
about that?
priceless.
Yours was pretty
What
good.
about-
You know what? What's best is we can do one. I got 4 different giveaways for you guys.
No, I could probably add some stuff too. Hey, look, what about bass and a beer? Bass and beer. Take a picture with a bass and a beer. Tag
That's
bass
true.
and beer.
How about
And if you don't drink
how
beer,
about this?
uh,
If we like
We're
the
just gonna do
picture,
the Bass and Beer sticker or something like
so okay, so because not everyone has a sticker, you hashtag Bass and Beer Radio.
right, that's a must.
That's a must, right? If we like the picture the most, you'll get a bonus entry.
Okay.
If the picture's just cool as shit for whatever, if it's funny, then we'll give you an extra entry.
Or just cool, like a
Yeah.
big picture.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out and we'll send it out.
that. This needs to be discussed and fully accepted throughout the group chat tomorrow.
Correct.
There you go.
and
There
then
you go.
we will post it
Tom,
live.
Tom, you can send out the emblem, the Bass and Beer emblem. That way people can print it out on a piece of paper or whatever. They don't have to have the sticker. You know, just PDF. If you
We
want to
can do that.
enter, you have
do
to
that.
email
Absolutely.
cbass at. I don't know your email. I do know your email, but not if I don't look it up. I don't have it memorized. But maybe put an email up, and they want to enter. Email them PFTO that they can get a sticker made, or they can just print it out. They can get a
Right.
shirt made, whatever. With the emblem on it. Good idea, Tom. I like it. What do you
Yep.
think?
I like it.
Cool.
So stay tuned for more details about that. That will be the details. The approved 100% details will be dropping later this coming week for that.
Dropping later this week.
So we got some good stuff. We got some good stuff to give away, and I'm pretty excited about it. The way that I'm looking at doing it right now is we're either going to do 2 giveaways with 2 big prizes,
2 big prizes.
Hey, Chad, where's your...
or we're going to do 4 different giveaways, and they're going to be not small. They're going to be fantastic prizes.
Extra large prizes.
Yep. So I'm really looking forward to this. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, and we're finally able to put this together. So very excited about that.
Where's your little sensor button?
What sensor button?
Oh, that's it there. Okay.
What do
It's
you
right
mean?
in front of you. If it had
What?
teeth, it would have bit you.
You mean for the sound effects?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here comes the fart one that's loud.
What was it?
Oh, God.
I was going to say, did you guys see Ryan Salzman's video?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know who
Where he
that
has a
is.
guy jump in the water
Yeah.
and he's swimming around.
You mean
and-
Phil?
It wasn't Phil. I
Was it not
clarified.
Phil?
It was not Phil. Phil, why wasn't you, dude? But Phil was not there that day, unfortunately. But he's swimming around the water, and he's Ryan Salzman's watching him on live scope, and he's like, "Pull down your pants, baby. I can see your
Worm.
on live scope." I don't know what button it is.
Did he?
I don't know.
Is LiveScope that good?
That's what they were trying
Maybe
to
I
find
can
out.
see your.
Depends on how big it is, dude. I don't know.
That chunkus.
Oh shit.
All right, y'all. But
Hey, hold on. Joke of the day. What's it called if you nut in 3.14 seconds? Pie.
oh my god. And with
think
that, we're ending the
cream
show on
pie
that.
something else.
We're ending the show on
It's
that.
because pie is
We're ending the show on that.
3.14.
No, we're ending the show on that. Oh, come on.
You know what?
Right.
Come on.
I'm telling you.
You're not gonna let me tell a joke?
Come on.
All right, go ahead.
No, I don't think I actually have one.
What did
That
the
was-
bodybuilder say when he ran out of protein?
Oh look! Hey look!
No way.
Hey look! A guy.
Come on.
Come on, Shelly. Come on.
A guy. He's up in heaven trying to get into the pearly gates. And,
Right.
You know, they're telling him, you know, it's different. You get points for different sins. So, like, you know, if you kill somebody, that's like 5,000 or whatever. You're done. Whatever. And this and that.
Loser.
Cheating on your wife. You know, it's like 500 points or whatever. And that
Should be
added
like
all-
1 point, but anyway.
Well, jerking off was like 50 cents.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right. So
Oh, God.
add it all up, and they say, "Sorry, Tony, you were 50 cents short."
Killed that one guy. You know?
That one last time, dude, you should have left it alone.
Right. Oh man, I'm like having a brain fart now. I'm thinking of some good dad jokes.
No.
Wait, it's like a dad joke.
This is going downhill quickly.
Yes.
Was that a bad joke? Maybe I got a better one.
Hey, you want to hear a dirty
You know what I
joke?
want to do? I want to play tanks. That's what I want to do.
You want to hear a dirty joke?
got a
Like a
fuck
really
for a
dirty
gun.
joke? You ready? All right,
Here we
dirty
go.
joke.
The pig.
Pig fell in the mud.
Yeah, he was dirty. That dirty fucking pig.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. Oh,
Boom! Now you can end it.
gracious.
I have some jokes we're going to tell off of air here and not on air for a specific reason.
Oh my
Look,
goodness.
dance at peace.
All right, y'all. We are out for the evening. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you guys later on this week or next
Absolutely.
week. Peace.
Peace.